Oh, hey, Teostra!
Hello, Cotton.
I don't feel so good.
I need a favor from you.
What is it, Mr. Fire Lion Man?
Make a video about me.
Make a what now?
Just say yes.
Okay, sir.
Good. Then you may live for now.
Ladies, gentlemen, and monsters of all ages, with this wondrous update of our Monster Hunter Rise, we have had the addition of multiple Elder Dragons, the last of which you unlock is the Emperor of Flame himself, Teostra. You can pick up the quest to fight him starting at HR 40 in the Lava Caverns, and oh man, is it just one hell of an experience, pun always intended. As someone who has played a lot of New World Monster Hunter and a little bit of Old World Monster Hunter, I can definitely say that Teostra in Rise borrows elements from both previous iterations of his moveset, but the full package is just brand spanking new when you look at it all put together. It's the full package. Starting off then, we have to talk about his modes, because yes, Teostra has modes, multiple modes. He has his just sort of normal default mode, the way you will likely find him first in the fight. In this state, he has access to a bunch of his attacks, but far from all of his attacks. Now, Teostra throughout the fight will start to do one of two things. He will either cover himself in fire, which unlocks his access to some of his more powerful burning attacks and really lets him show off that absolutely gorgeous blue fire animation that he has now. I mean, look at that thing! I love the elements in Rise. They are represented oh so well, and so cleanly too. The hitboxes of elemental attacks in Monster Hunter Rise are really easy to judge in my opinion, and Teostra is no exception at all. He has some extremely tight hitboxes that you can definitely take advantage of somewhat through most of his attacks, but more so in Teostra's other power mode, the Blast Powder mode. His hair will light up a deep yet vivid orange. His scales will darken significantly, and most of the animations that he used to do that resulted in fiery breaths will now result in somewhat sporadic blast powder patches appearing in recognizable patterns. It looks stunning, and the more that I fight him, the more that I enjoy this aspect of the fight from a combat perspective too. He has his classic supernova move, but by that I mean his classic supernova move, like old game style pre-New World supernova, where he launches it super quickly with not much warning, but the range is quite reasonable as well. Essentially, if you recognize the animation and aren't being too greedy on your attacks, you can almost always just waddle your way out of there before it's any sort of trouble. In fire mode, the main attack to worry about is the same attack that he uses to actually enter fire mode in the first place, a reimagining of his Iceborne Master Rank attack, where he fired fire straight down under him, burning at a ridiculously fast rate. Now this replacement attack only actually does two different hits, one in an inner ring and then expanding outwards and touch to an outer ring. Most of his other attacks are quite reasonable and familiar. The main thing to stress here is just how absolutely gorgeous he is and how good he looks in each of these modes. I wish my hair looked 1/10 as good as this fictional video game dragon's. The lighting, the layering, and that beard, oh, I'm so jealous of it, but like in the way where like I'm happy for him, you know? Like I wish I was that cool, but damn, he is that cool. There are some attacks in blast mode that may take you a few times to get used to just because they're a little bit funky compared to the breath attacks that we're trained to deal with most often as monster hunters, but everything will fall into place with repetition. If you've fought a Teostra before, this one won't surprise you too much. He may cause you a bit of pain, he's definitely liable to do that. He will very potentially cart you, but surprises? Probably not too much of that. I really love this version of the Teostra fight. It feels fittingly fast-paced for the game it is in and pays homage to multiple previous versions of Teostra as well. As far as his equipment goes, then it is sort of nutty. Defeating Teostra unlocks the Mastery Jewel, which gives you the Master's Touch skill as a 2-slot decoration. Master's Touch used to be a set bonus in previous games. Now in Rise, it is a 3-rank skill. It prevents your weapon from losing sharpness when landing a critical hit, and the frequency that it works depends depends on the rank of the skill that you have, up to 80% activation chance at rank 3. This skill is a really fun one to mess around with once we start fitting more affinity in our builds, which is getting easier to do because of the Teostra armor set itself, which has that classic look with a little bit of a hint towards a nod towards the Gamma Teostra set in Monster Hunter World, with the extra ruby-like texturing that it has going on as well. Skills-wise, this thing is just sort of popping, and as a whole, it comes with 6 critical eye, 2 critical boost, 4 Teostra Blessing, and 2 Master's Touch. Teostra Blessing is a 4-rank skill, new with this armor set, and with the first 2 ranks of it upping your fire attack and blast buildup rate. The 3rd rank negating poison and venom, and then the 4th rank negating theft. The most notable armor piece here is absolutely the helmet. It has 3 critical eye, 1 critical boost, and a 1 slot, because why the hell not? But honestly, every piece of this armor set has some sort of place somewhere out there in this world of mixed set. I cannot wait to start building sets now that I have hunted everything myself. I've done a slight bit of looking into things, but I still have a lot of research ahead to what is really truly the best. And what more enjoyable research could there be than hunting monsters? As for the weapons, they are reasonably quite good. Decent raw, decent sharpness, very high blast attack, and the unusual ramp-up skill Teostra Soul as an option, which increases the damage of your blast status procs. Having tested this in the training room, the actual result of this is 20% more damage on your blast procs. So 100 damage is normal, and it's now up to 120 damage. However, there are a couple of monsters out there that take a little bit more damage from blast, and so that damage percentage increase might be a bit stronger for them. So who knows? This could absolutely find its place somewhere in the meta, especially when you have a look at those ice and blast dual blades. This is a classic combination, not necessarily unheard of in Rise, as the Rise Rampage dual blades can mix various elements and statuses at will, but not quite to reach the power of this weapon as this can. So this is really quite fun. All in all, I think Teostra's contributions to Monster Hunter Rise so far are very, very appreciable, and I do appreciate them. So thank you, Teostra. Now, please don't kill my loved ones. Alright everyone, I've been Cotton Dinosaur, and this has been my first impressions on Teostra and a bit of a talk about his equipment. Like if you liked the video, subscribe and hit the notification bell for more, and most importantly, ladies and gentlemen, until next time, stay sweet. Josh, Cotton, and Hollow with the videos, dropping the humor like a hammer on your tippy toes, bringing entertainment on a daily arrangement to take our insanity and turn it into entertainment. Yes, I said entertainment twice, to reiterate that it is nice to look into your faces on a mostly daily basis when you let us in your homes to make the whole world a stage. Goodbye.